The first thing you have to do is hunt for hours in the new ICC dungeons of Northrend.
We are Beer Casuals.
Bring the Battered Hilt to Quel'Delar's Brightspear at Quel'Delar's Rest, south of the Argent Tournament grounds. This battered old sword hilt has seen better days. Before the hilt was snapped from the blade, it must have been a magnificent example of the blacksmith's art. The graceful symbols and exotic gemstones decorating the hilt suggest that the weapon may have belonged to a powerful person. Surely, the Silver Covenant members would be interested in hearing about the recovery of such an artifact. Seek out their representative at Quel'Delar's Rest, south of the Argent Tournament grounds.
There's no mistaking it. This hilt comes from a powerful, ancient weapon, but which one? I do not recall seeing or hearing of a sword with these markings, but that doesn't mean that all is lost. Coriel's trash, better known as Crassus, has long been a friend to the Quel'Delar and the Kirin Tor. With his vast knowledge and resources, he's certain to know something. Travel to the top of Wormrest Temple and seek his counsel, then report to Arcanist Tybalen inside the Silver Enclave in Dalaran.
You're too late, Ohkona. Another visitor from Dalaran came asking after information about the same prismatic dragon blades. From your description, I'm certain that the book I loaned our visitor could allow you to easily identify the weapon. I'm afraid you'll have to ask, Collegos? What brings you to Wormrest?
Are you certain you should be helping these mortals in their quest for the sword? These blades, Crassus, they were made long ago, when things were different.
You believe our allies will not be able to control the power of the swords?
Our enemies once turned our strongest weapon against us. What makes you think the prismatic blades will be any different?
Mortal champions have long used these weapons to combat evil. I see no reason to keep the swords from them in this battle.
As you wish, my queen. I will not stand in their way, but I will keep a close watch.
As will we all. Please, mortal, seek out Arcanist Tybalen in Dalaran. He might be able to negotiate with the Sunreavers for access to the book.
What brings you here? So next we meet.
One of my contacts in the underbelly caught sight of a Sunreaver agent buying reagents from a dealer in the black market area. The Sunreavers normally aren't known for their interest in what goes on down in the sewers, so that's a big indication that they're planning something. Head into the underbelly, find this Sunreaver agent, and take care of him. Search the body for any information that might give us a lead on the location of that tome from Wormrest. We can't let them get it back to Icecrown first.
Good day to you. Have a good one. Greetings. Be careful.
Getting you inside the Sunreaver's sanctuary will be tougher than it appears. Only those who possess Sunreaver tabards are permitted entry to sanctuary. If we can get our hands on one, a simple enchantment will do the rest of the work. On the balcony above Threads of Fate, you'll find Shandy Gloss Gleam. I've helped him a few times in the past, so he owes me a favor. He handles laundry for a wide variety of people in the city. Maybe he can find a way to lend you a tabard for a while. I've placed an enchantment on the tabard that should allow you to slip past the Sunreaver Sanctuary's defenses for a short period of time. You should have enough time to find your way into the filthy animal and meet up with the Sunreaver contact there, one Magister Hathril. Obtain the copy of ancient dragon-forged blades that his men borrowed from Wormrest while your disguise holds, and return it to me. We must get this book to Quel'Delar Brightspear immediately. Would you bring it to him? I cannot rely on anyone else to transport the book, and you have proven adept at keeping the Sunreavers at bay. Take it with you to Quel'Delar's Rest, south of the Argent Tournament grounds in Icecrown. Quel'Delar and the sword will be waiting. The sooner we can identify the blade, the sooner we can claim it.
Hello. Good luck, friend. What brings you here?
I knew this was a dragon-forged blade when I first laid eyes on it. But can it be? Is this really...
Quel'Delar. As Quel'Delar was forged by the dragons and given to the Caldori, its twin, Quel'Delar, was given to my people. The king bestowed the blade upon my friend, the Lorien Dawnseeker. But even Thalorian's skill and Quel'Delar's magic could not save Silver Moon from the might of the Scourge. Thalorian fell before the gates of the Sunwell, buying time for others to escape. After the battle, I recovered the sword from the field. I bore it to Northrend in the service of my prince, seeking to avenge our people's defeat. Arthas shattered our forces, and took the most powerful of us into his service as the San'lain. My memories of Thalorian went cold, and so did his blade. It was I who brought Quel'Delar here, to return it to its makers. In breaking the weapon, so did I break its power. Quel'Delar will never serve another.
How may I help? Be careful.
We cannot allow Quel'Delar to remain broken and disgraced. Take the remnants of the sword, along with the battered hilt you discovered, and venture into the pit of Sauron within Ice-Grown Citadel. In the pit, the Lich King uses slaves to mine, process, and transform Serenite ore. This infused Serenite is what we will use to rebuild Quel'Delar. You must gather bars of infused Serenite and capture the Forge Master's hammer. Then bring them to the Forge Master's anvil and reforge the sword.
Intruders have entered the Master's domain. Signal the alarms. Father, not even fit to labor in a quarry. Relish these final moments, for soon you will be nothing more than mindless
Heroes
undead.
of the Alliance, attack! Reinforcements and join you on the other side of the quarry.
Intruders have entered the Master's domain. Signal the alarms. Father, not even fit to labor in a quarry.
At last, the pieces of Quel'Delar are rejoined and the blade is whole. But it cannot see battle until you have tempered it. That jagged serenite edge is brittle and will shatter the moment it strikes anything. Deep in ice-grown citadels, Forge of Souls is a place where the blade can safely be tempered. Take Quel'Delar with you to the abode of the Devourer of Souls, and look for the crucible. Plunge the blade into the crucible to temper it and bring it back to me in the frozen halls. You have reforged and tempered the sword, yet it sits quietly in its sheath, showing no signs of the power it should possess. You say the sword pulls you, as though it possesses a will. Dare you bring it where it wishes to go? It's not right that the sword should be this silent and this insistent. Yet I fear that if you do not take the sword to its destination, we will never learn why. Take it into ice-grown citadel's halls of reflection. But be on your guard. I'll be waiting for you in the frozen.
Halt! Do not carry that blade any further! Realize what you've done? You have forged this blade from serenite, the very blood of an old god. The power of the Lich King calls to this weapon. Each moment you tarry here, Quel'Delar drinks in the evil of this place. I can resist Frostmourn's call no more.
Take Quel'Delar to the Sunwell as quickly as possible, Ohkona. Trust in others' words when he says that you will not always be able to control the blade. While it is subject to the evil of the Lich King's influence, you must travel to the Isle of Quel'Danis, and there seek entry to the Sunwell itself, where you can cleanse the sword. The Guardians will try to stop you from entering the Sunwell Plateau. But make yourself known to Holduron Brightwing, who will be inspecting the guards there.
You are the one working with Myralian Sunblaze, aren't you? I know of a way we can test the sword. If you know the blade's history, you recall that it was born by Thalorian Dawnseeker in defense of the Sunwell against the Scourge. He fell in what is now the Dead Scar, buying time for his men to make their own preparations. You will find his remains near the southern end of the Dead Scar on this isle. Visit them, and if his spirit gives you its blessing, I will allow you to enter the Sunwell.
We must defend the Sunwell from the enemy at all costs. I am ordering you to withdraw to the Sunwell proper to help prepare the defenses. I will make my stand here and buy you as much time as I'm able. Use it well and make our prince proud. It has been a great honor to fight beside you in defense of our land and our people. You, stranger, you are not one of my soldiers. Will you stay and stand with me to face the enemy? Listen well, Scourge Defilers. None of you will reach the Sunwell so long as I stand. I wasn't meant to survive this attack. Why has this happened? Why have you come here? It's Quel'Delar! You possess the sword! I don't know how, but the blade has chosen you to be its new wielder. Take it, with my blessing, and wield it against the Scourge as I once did.
I admit, I was skeptical that you had actually ray-forged Quel'Delar, and I did not expect Thalorian's spirit to reveal itself to you. You cannot understand what it means to me and to the rest of my people that Quel'Delar has been recovered, as promised. I will admit you to the Sunwell, and you will find the leaders of Silvermoon within. Carry the sword to the chamber of the Sunwell and immerse it. The blade will bond to you. When that happens, carry it to Kalada's bright spear at Quel'Delar's rest.
In spite of Queen Lanathella's boasting, you have restored Quel'Delar. Long have we dreamt of reclaiming Quel'Delar, the Silver Covenant, and indeed all Quel'Derai owe you a debt of gratitude. Virisa Windrunner, the leader of the Silver Covenant, asked to see you after you returned from the Sunwell. Take Quel'Delar with you and go to Dalaran's Violet Citadel where she waits.
This is nothing short of an amazing accomplishment. The day that Thalorian and Anasterian fell, the same day that Quel'Delar was lost, was one of the darkest of my life. To see Quel'Delar restored, it is beyond words. Without a doubt, you are meant to be the true bearer of the blade. Quel'Delar's magic is already adapting the blade to your skills and your strengths.